Welcome to round 5 action in Football Victoria's Dockerty Cup, acting as the Australia Cup qualification path here in Victoria. My name is Bryce Ruthven, taking you through all the action live tonight from the Grange Reserve in Clayton South. It is a clash between NPL1 or VPL1 side, I should say, Kingston City, and the away side, St Kilda Celts from State League 3 South East. And we'll go through their cup runs in a matter of moments as we see the teams enter the Grange Reserve on a very cool Tuesday evening in Melbourne South East. We are rugged up. Hopefully you are joining us on the Football Victoria YouTube page, or of course Facebook as well. You can get your comments coming through. Let us know your thoughts on the action across the 90 minutes, plus the potential of stoppage time as well in Dockerty Cup fixtures here in Victoria. We'll go through the sides, starting with the away sides. St Kilda Celts in goals. Number 1, Shane Fagan. Number 3, Kevin O'Neill. Number 4, James Dermody. Number 5, the captain, Gary McCrossan. Number 6, Nathan Martin. Number 7, Mark Walsh. Number 9, Ryan Nolan. Number 14, Sean Smith. Number 15, Ethan Burns. Number 16, Jack Lynch. And in the number 88 jersey, Declan Doherty, the substitutes for the St Kilda side. Number 2, Eamon Hanna. Number 8, Cian Kelleher. Number 10, Daniel Pender. Number 11, Connor Curran. And number 13, Craig Kennedy. For the home side, Kingston City in goals. Number 1, Ben Naseep. Number 2, Jack Foden. Number 4, Simo Jovanovic. Number 7, Cooper Legrand. Number 8, Manuel Akol. Number 11, Oliver Lazaro. Number 14, George Gerondaris. Number 15, Samuel Vizzi. Number 17, Kento Mori. Number 22, Costa Apostolopoulos. And number 23, Yanni Danagelis on the bench for Kingston City this evening. Number 6, Brando Conti. Number 10, Paul Quall. Number 12, Dylan Mooney. Number 20, Mohammed Rahimi. And number 21, Alex Radchanovsky. We're in for a hell of a clash. It might not look like it on paper, but the sides have coming into this with a range of form, and we will check out their run in to round 5 of the Dockerty Cup here in Victoria. Kingston City have only featured in one fixture so far. That was the last round, round 4. They had a 2-0 win against Mazenod of State League 1 South East. The goal scorer that night with a brace, Costa Apostolopoulos. Bit of a different story for the St Kilda Celts. They've taken the long way, however you want to look at it, to round 5 of Dockerty Cup action here tonight. In round 1, they had a 4-1 win away from home against State League 5 South side Barton United. In round 2, a thumping 6-1 win away from home again against Springvale City of State League 4 South. In round 3, it was the start of their big results. They had a 1-0 win away from home at Whittlesea United, the team currently sitting in second position in State League 1 Northwest. And the huge upset in the 4th round came as they defeated Springvale White Eagles away from home 4-1, a convincing win on the night against a team currently sitting on top of State League 1 South East, undefeated in the league season. So some great results for the St Kilda Celts as we get underway in round 5 of Football Victoria's Dockerty Cup. It will be the Celts running to the right of your screen in the striped kit. Kingston City in their traditional home red strip, as we see Simo Jovanovic wearing the captain's armband tonight for the home side. A couple of changes from their 1-0 loss away in North Geelong in round 11 of VPL1 action over the weekend. A bit of a shock loss considering where both sides did sit on the ladder going to that clash at North Geelong, but redemption is on the cards tonight in a different competition for Kingston City as we see them working this left-hand side, and Cooper Legrand can't keep that in. Different fortunes for St Kilda Celts in their league form. They are still undefeated in State League 3 South East. They had a big win last weekend at home against Frankston Pines, a dominating performance. They've also featured a bye and had a win and a draw either side of that in round 2 and 3. So they're in a bit of form. We'll see if the St Kilda Celts can bring that into the cup this evening. A good little crowd building here this afternoon on a cool evening, rather this evening. An earlier time slot, 7:30. It's a very family-friendly time slot for the kids to come out after training just around the corner here in Clayton South. As we see Kingston very happy to keep possession at the back. Coming out wide to Legrand. And it's really going to be a case of how long the Celts can hold out. They're much more fancied opponents from VPL 1. They are playing a side that is 4 levels above them. So if you're a pundit watching this as a neutral, you're probably expecting Kingston City to win, but there's a few whispers around the Grange Reserve during the warm-up that injuries and some changes to the Kingston City lineup might cause some hassles. We'll see how it plays out over the 90 minutes. So we see Samuel Vizzi playing the left back role tonight for Kingston. Cole driving forward from the centre back position. We'll have our first free kick of the evening. And our officials tonight, our main man in charge, Yanni Maldidis. The fourth official, Ali Abbasi. The assistant referees, Dimitri Ganaris and Jamie Kultzis, in charge of this fixture tonight. As you see, a chance for St Kilda to break through the middle of the park. And they'll go direct. It's dealt with by Jack Foden. Not completely, though. Samuel Vizzi having to get involved to help out. And Cooper Legrand keeping possession just in front of our commentary position. Kingston City happy to keep possession in the middle of the park. And they drive it wide down the right-hand side. Ball comes across, dealt with for the moment by St Kilda. Bit of a scramble on the edge of the box, that's cleared. And the ball goes direct again, it's a good one, and it gets in some good position, and a player for St Kilda goes to ground. He hasn't given a free kick to St Kilda players. They are not happy. And I can tell you now, from my vantage point, that definitely looked like a trip, which presumably would have resulted in an early red card for the home side. Ethan Burns in the number 15 it was that went to ground for St Kilda. Not too pleased at all, the St Kilda bench. They're all on their feet, and it has been halted at the moment play. The referee just having a word with some St Kilda players. Bit unsure for the moment what's going on here. And it actually is going to be the red card. We have a red card in the opening stages, 4 minutes played. And Kingston City, they go down a man on the park. And I tell you what, this is going to level up the game across the remaining 85 minutes for the State League 3 Southeast side. And it's been a late change of mind by our main referee this evening, Yanni Milidis. We're in shock here, and so are the fans at the Grange Reserve. Not what they expected to see in the opening 5 minutes of this game, and it's going to be a great set-piece opportunity for St Kilda to take an early lead in this round 5 clash of the Dockerty Cup. And having the advantage of a replay screen in front of me, I can tell you now I am definitely in agreement with our referee, Yanni Milidis. Let us know your thoughts in the comments if you're watching on the Facebook page. Let us know your thoughts on the red card, or YouTube as well. You can get your comments coming through, get involved in the conversation. And it will be that man that did go to ground, Ethan Burns, to step up for the first set-piece opportunity for St Kilda. The ball striked, goes to the near post, and it's dealt with reasonably easily by the number 1, Ben Naseep. Well, I can tell you now, the coaching staff of St Kilda have got their dream start for this clash. A one-man advantage for the majority of a knockout cup fixture definitely does play a part. It also tweaks the mindset too of the home side. It's going to take a bit of a change of formation now for Kingston City, particularly playing on a big deck like it is here at the Grange Reserve. A beautiful pitch as always, which will really favour both sides in trying to play. We have seen a bit of Route 1 football by the St Kilda side at the moment, but having that man advantage might actually change that mindset as we move forward throughout this match. Ball's played long from Kingston. And it's gone out just in front of the St Kilda bench. Well, if league form is anything to go by, coming into a cup clash, as I mentioned moments ago, Kingston City had a shock 1-0 loss away in Geelong on the weekend to the side down towards the bottom of the table. They now sit in 9th position as a result of that. Kingston City with 3 wins, 5 draws and 3 losses. On the other side, St Kilda, they're sitting in 3rd spot in State League 3 South East behind Noble Park Drina and Heatherton United with 3 wins and 1 draw. It is worth noting that there is a bye in State League 3 South East this year, and St Kilda did have it in round 1, so have played less fixtures and do remain undefeated as a result. Ball's played in by the Celts. Happy to play it back. Ball's played down the line. No real option for St Kilda on this occasion. The men in stripes just trying to get a bit of possession through the centre, and they can't do, and they turn the ball over. And a strong challenge at the back for St Kilda to break down the play of Kingston City. Throw comes in, dealt with reasonably easily by St Kilda. And again, they go long as they attempt to get their troops up towards the halfway line. Ball goes route 1 again from Kingston City's captain at the back. And it looks as though Kingston City have gone to a 4-4-1 formation, at least as a defensive shape anyway. St Kilda looking to keep the ball, retain a bit of possession. And Jack Lynch working in well on this right-hand side. Gets the follow-up. That's intercepted at the back by a Cole. Being forced to hold it. It's blocked again by Jack Lynch, who drives into the box. He'll get a shot away. And it goes streaming over the crossbar for their first attempt of the evening. And some positive sides from the side from State League 3 South East. Even with a man advantage, you wouldn't expect them to get too many opportunities against the VPL 1 side. But we'll see how they go when they take it. And here's another one as the ball comes across from Declan Doherty. A chance up the right for Kingston City. They do well to maintain possession and restart all the way from the back. Cole comes over, finds Vizzy. Legrand comes all the way back to the centre half pairing. And Kingston not wanting to be forced into playing too many long balls, despite being a man. And if you have just joined us, it was a straight red card for a last man challenge to Kingston City. 3 minutes of football being played, and instantly a red card was issued by our referee. And we've got a throw-in on that far-hand side. And for those of you that have followed football for a long time in Victoria, you might recall the St Kilda Celts playing as high as State League 1 level, which at the time was 3rd tier in Victoria. COVID, unfortunately, took majority of their players back to their native homeland. A lot of Irish, Scottish and English natives involved in that club at the time, and like a few clubs around Victoria, COVID didn't do them any favours, but they did rebuild through State League 5, entered 2 years ago, immediately won promotion from State League 5 East, again the following year, being last year, won State League 4 East, and got promoted to State League 3 South East, where they're doing all right at the moment as well. And the ball's whipped across, and it will go for a goal kick. But St Kilda Celts were definitely a side back in the pre-COVID days of 2018, 2019 that not many sides in State League 1 did want to come up against. A very physical side that knew how to play football. Similar traits are being shown under a different coaching structure. As we see St Kilda driving out here through the back line. Look to work it short. And the ball does cross the white line beneath us for a throw-in for Kingston City. And a good ball over the top, clearing the lines, and the offside flag does go up late on Jack Lynch, playing on this right-hand wing. St Kilda not afraid to go direct with their football, catching Kingston City out on a couple of occasions. We've also got a number of other Australia Cup round 5 fixtures across Melbourne this evening. We'll keep you up to date on those score lines as they come in. Also worth pointing out too that the winner of this round 5 fixture between Kingston and St Kilda will go on to play the winner of FC Strathmore and Langwarrin Soccer Club. They're playing tonight as well on the west side of Melbourne, kicking off in around 15 minutes' time. And Kingston happy to go across their back line to their captain, Simo Jovanovic. And a lot of use of the ball from the back from Manuel Akol in these early stages. And interesting challenge there from St Kilda. It will be the first yellow card of the evening, and it will go to Declan Doherty. Probably expect a few more of those challenges across the 90 minutes this evening. And it will be Costa Apostolopoulos to whip this in from beneath our commentary position. He's happy to come all the way back to Samuel Vizzi, sitting in a central position. And Yanni Danagelis, he's gone to ground, but it will be an offside from our assistant referee on the far side. A lot of football this week for both of these two sides. Of course, playing on the weekend as we see a chance here for St Kilda. Comes off the shoulder of the captain, Simo Jovanovic. Some space in the middle of the park here for the Celts. No real option to play with. Forced to keep, and they do go long. Finds Ethan Burns. And Burns again, happy to reset from the centre of the park. And the ball's intercepted from Yanni Danagelis. And it might just be the patience of the VPL1 side that does give them the advantage despite being a man down. A strong challenge there coming from Kingston City on Ethan Burns. He's been on the end of a few challenges in the opening 17 minutes. And the Celts just looking for the option and happy to keep it. We have seen them going very direct in the opening quarter of this game. Coming out to Declan Doherty, sitting on a yellow card. He plays the ball through and he does well to find the striker in Jack Lynch. And it will be the first corner of the evening for St Kilda. There's a bit of size amongst this St Kilda team, so the set piece opportunities might be the way to find the back of the net for the away side tonight. You'd see they have a slight size advantage as the ball's whipped in. Goes to the penalty spot. It's free in the middle of the box, not dealt with properly, and it is cleared now by the Kingston City defence. Ball goes long. Looking for Samuel Vizzi, who's progressed, and he's done well to win his side. An attacking throw in a good area. And a few interesting personnel changes tonight for Kingston City, particularly with some of their goal scorers potentially being rotated out of the squad, given they have a big clash here on Monday evening against the VPL1 undefeated ladder leaders in Melbourne Victory's youth side. Paul Quoll scoring 6 goals in VPL1 so far this season. Cooper LeGrand also with 6 goals to his name in VPL1. He is starting tonight, and on the bench, Mohammed Rahimi, a defensive midfielder with 3 goals, taking his place on the pine as well. And a couple of interesting choices for the away side St Kilda Celts. Their 2 main goal scorers in the league anyway, in State League 3 South East, Eamon Hanna and Daniel Pender, having their place on the bench, and also a large range of goal scorers across Cup and league action too. So no real definitive goal scoring striker for the St Kilda side. They've been sharing the workload across 9 plays this season in Dockerty Cup and State League 3 action. Eamon Hanna, who's on the bench, number 2 for St Kilda, scoring across both competitions. As we see a chance at Kingston City. Cleared into a bit of space for St Kilda to drive up this right-hand wing if they wanted to go forward with it. And Declan Doherty does come to that option. Finds Jack Lynch. And they're happy to reset with Mark Walsh at the back. And Gary McCrossan, the captain for St Kilda, just happy to play with the extra man. And we see an ambitious attempt from a good 40 yards out from St Kilda. It's not going to get them in the back of the net doing it that way, not against the VPL1 side. But you do have to admire the effort. The keeper was off his line a little bit, so that's what cup football is all about. See the ball trickle down into the hands of Shane Fagan. Plays his captain in Gary McCrossan. Comes out to his centre-back partner, who again goes direct to Ethan Burns. Playing in a wider area tonight. Has been employed, though, throughout this State League season as a centre midfielder. So showing his versatility. See a strong challenge from St Kilda at the front. And the referee allows it to play on, and does fall in favour of Ethan Burns on that left-hand wing. And the end result, a goal kick for Kingston City. The way the game is panning out, I should say, it could be a tactical ploy to keep two attacking weapons in form of their goal scorers in the league on the bench for a cup fixture, and having that one-man advantage could definitely be to benefit come the latter stages of this second half. And if you have just joined us on the Football Victoria YouTube channel or Facebook page, welcome to the Grange Reserve. You've missed a third-minute red card to Kingston City for a last-man challenge. Initially, the free kick wasn't given, but on second thoughts and maybe some advice from the assistant referee, it was a straight red card to Kingston City. Unfortunately, I didn't actually get the person who was sent off. These specs that I'm wearing don't go to the other side of the pitch, so I'll get an update on that at half-time. As we see St Kilda looking to maintain possession in the middle of the park. It's a great surface to play on here, and the pass not executed on this occasion. And some good play on the edge of the box, and a rather tame effort in the end from St Kilda. And the ball intercepted quite well from Kevin O'Neill. Ball driven long by the Kingston captain, Simo Jovanovic. And St Kilda look to get him behind here, and it will be offside for the away side. And you've got to say, out of the two sides that are trying to play a bit more direct at the moment, it's definitely benefiting the visitors. St Kilda Celts troubling the 10-man side of Kingston. As the ball comes into the middle of the park, and can't see a turn from Jack Lynch, but it does come down to Mark Walsh. It will be a second corner of the evening for St Kilda. It will be the right winger, Mark Walsh, to whip this in from in front of the Kingston supporters. Mark Walsh just waiting for the middle of the park to set themselves, and the ball does come into the back post. The captain, Crossan, gets a strike on it, and a good chance for St Kilda. Trickles over the crossbar, and that is their first honest chance of the evening. It's taken 26 minutes to come at the Grange, but really the first chance of the game as a whole. Having just seen the replay, it was only inches above the crossbar. Ben Naseep playing a very careful line. As we see Declan Doherty on this right-hand side in the number 88 jersey. I'm not going to lie. Wearing glasses at night with stripes and numbers, it's a tricky one, but we'll do our best. As you see a chance on the edge of the box, they can get away with it. St Kilda, it's a strike and it's saved by Naseep. And the offside flag is put up rather late. But from our angle here in a commentary position, probably the right call. But again, another alarm bell for the home side, Kingston City. it'd be a safe bet to say that the Kingston City coaching staff weren't expecting this kind of start, particularly on this home deck that they play all so well. And some strong defending there from St Kilda. In terms of the physicality of the two sides, they've definitely got the upper hand on Kingston. As we see them again, happy to go route one. Kingston will try and play their way out of danger, I should say. And the ball remains in play on the line. Not fully dealt with yet. Lazaro trying to get inside the box. And it does result in a goal kick to St Kilda. And the way that the opening 30 minutes of this game have played out really does seem like it will come down to a clash of physicality versus technical ability of who will progress through to round 6 of Dockerty Cup action and take on the winner of FC Strathmore and Langwarrin Soccer Club. As you see a chance down the line for St Kilda. Dealt with quite easily in the end by Jack Foden. It's driven along by Ben Nassib. And we'll just have a quick stoppage in play here for a St Kilda player to receive some attention. Don't forget, if you are watching through the Facebook page, you can get your comments coming through on the live stream. Also streaming too on YouTube. Some good numbers coming through on a Tuesday evening, as a lot of football clubs across Melbourne wrap up their training for another evening. Also happy to report as well that the Chickens with Larkies at the Grange tonight, as good as ever. It's always one benefit of Australia Cup fixtures and Dockerty Cup games that if you get out to the ground, you're almost guaranteed some great cuisine. And it's no different here at Kingston City. One of many proud Greek clubs across Melbourne. It looks like we will see an early substitution. It is a hamstring, and I'll get an update on who that was at the halftime break. But it will be an early substitution for the away side. And it will be number 10 coming on, Daniel Pender. It looks like he's replacing potentially Jack Lynch. And we do see a strike from St Kilda inside the box. So again, showing some signs that they can find the 18-yard box with ease if given the time to play. Daniel Pender, he is one of those attacking weapons off the bench for St Kilda, scoring 2 goals in the opening 3 games of State League 3 action with the St Kilda Celts. You can see he has gone into the number 10 role. And the ball's played in behind again. It's a good ball this time. Dealt with by Ben Nassib in goals for Kingston. But again, more signs of St Kilda not being afraid to go route one and get in behind a defence on the bigger pitch. And so far, you've got to say, it's doing wonders for them. St Kilda driving forward again. And it's a strong challenge in the middle of the park from St Kilda. Again riding the challenges, and as I've said a number of times in this call already, not happy to throw their weight around. They've definitely got the upper hand when it comes to Kingston. And a poor touch there at the back from Manumo Akol gives an advantage to St Kilda. And the Celts enter the 18-yard box. It's a heavy touch. And Kevin O'Neill at the back tries to force the ball long, and it turns over, and it gives Kingston a chance to go forward on their right wing. Jovanovic at the back. And Mark Walsh, very active in the opening 33 minutes. And again, the long switch of play can only find Jack Foden at right back. And the advantage tried to be allowed by our referee this evening, but it has been called back for a set-piece opportunity for the away side. And you've got the likes of Gary McCrossan going forward, St Kilda captain, a bit of size to him. It's captain on the edge of the box, and that's where the ball goes. One out by Jovanovic. And the strike given, it's another offside position for St Kilda. And there's a lot of positivity out there for the St Kilda side. They've got no fear of playing away from home. All of their cup fixtures have been away from home. They have played 4 already and taken some big scalps along the way. As mentioned at the start of the call, round 3 they defeated Whittlesea United away from home 1-0. The State League 1 Northwest side sitting in 2nd position. And last round a convincing 4-1 win at the Serbian Centre over Springvale White Eagles, who are currently undefeated in State League 1 Southeast. So, not afraid of taking on the big guns. VPL 1 opposition, new for them though, in the Dockerty Cup. Dockerty trying to drive forward. We'll get in the edge of the box. It's another strike, and it has taken a deflection, so it will be another corner, the 3rd of the evening for St Kilda. Some good play from Daniel Pender. As I said, he has been scoring goals in State League 3 Southeast, trying to transform that form into the Dockerty Cup. The other man for St Kilda that has been scoring goals in both competitions, Eamon Hanna. He's on the bench this evening. No doubt will feature at some point as the ball's whipped in. Ethan Burns puts to the front post, and it will be a free kick going in favour of Ben Naseep, the Kingston City goalkeeper. And as we approach the half-time break, would definitely be St Kilda, the happier of the two sides at the moment, as we see a chance to go on here. It's 3-on-3 at the back. The attacker goes to ground, but it's play on and a chance to break forward here with pace. For Kingston, it's Kento Mori. Mori being forced to hold it up. Finds the centre back in a promoted position. A Cole goes long. The ball's cut across, and Intercepted to make it a corner. And you can see on these set pieces the physical difference between the two sides. There's no doubt about it. St Kilda, the more physical of the two. Kingston still appearing to be quite happy to try and play the ball despite being a man down, courtesy of an early red card. And for those unsure, red cards in the Dockerty Cup do transfer across to the VPL 1 into the league, so that player will be missing Monday's clash against Melbourne Victory's youth team. That game being held here at the Grange at 8:30 p.m. in Kingston's traditional Monday night slot. So a good break for Kingston City. On the other hand, St Kilda Celts, they travel to Heatherton United on Friday night for a big clash. Second versus third at the Bosnian Centre in Springvale. That being an 8:30 kickoff as well. Just trying to find a ball to resume play as it comes across from the other side of the pitch. Feel free to join in the conversation on our Facebook Live stream, or of course YouTube as well through the Football Victoria channel. Ball coming out of this left-hand corner. And it is Kento Mori that does hit the deck. Wins his side a free kick in a good position for a set piece. And we'll see how Kingston look to make the most of one of their limited set pieces in his first half. Ball's whipped into the back post, and it is well overhit on this occasion. St Kilda happy to play it out from the back. Gives a chance for their captain, Gary McCross, in the drive forward. Brings in his centre-back pairing. And the Celts find a bit of space with the one-man advantage on the opposite side of the park. And they take the wrong option on this occasion. Kingston happy to try and play direct again. And some strong work in the middle of the park there for St Kilda. And it's pretty fair to say that St Kilda's side have kept the Kingston faithful rather quiet here at the Grange this evening. Definitely not the way that the home side and their spectators envisage this one playing out. So ball's played in. Legrand can't control this one. And St Kilda doing well to keep possession. Declan Dockerty having screams of keep the ball from his teammates. I've just noticed in the last 10 minutes or so, St Kilda definitely changing the style of play, trying to keep more possession rather than go route one with the long ball and try and catch out the Kingston City defence. Surprising as it was, working quite well for the away team. Ball comes in. And Kingston do well to get out of trouble. Legrand goes long. Finds Danagelis. He'll try and get a strike away, and it goes to the far corner, hits the stomach of the St Kilda defender. It's not over yet. Kento. Morrow with a strike, comes back to Cole. And the Cole just holding onto it. Brings in Sam Vizzy, and it goes all the way back to Jovanovic. Jack Foden, happy to turn back and keep it across the back line. And you can see, moving forward, Kingston have definitely reverted to a back three option to try and promote that extra attacker forward, being down a man. And easily given away from Ben Nassib in goals for Kingston. And the Celts looking to use that left-hand side. And Ethan Burns turns that ball over, and it will be a Cole to go down the right. Trying to find Cooper Legrand, and he puts the ball through, but it might just be overhit, and it does trickle into the feet of Shane Fagan. And I can see the shake of the heads from the Kingston faithful next to our commentary position. Not all that pleased with the way their side is playing at the moment. Form definitely isn't on their side, coming off a 1-0 loss to North Geelong in VPL 1 action away from home on the weekend. As a much more fancied opponent in that fixture. Maybe just the mental scars of that game still hanging around Kingston, as we see Ben Nassib playing it short to a Cole. Promoted into more of a defensive midfield role, looking to get more on the ball. Sam Vizzy on this left-hand side. He'll put the ball across the top, looking for Kento Mori, and screams of angst from his teammates, taking the wrong option there, in their opinion. And the long ball dealt with Simo Jovanovic. And we've got, looks to be 3 minutes of stoppage time about to be put on the board from our fourth official. And the Celts in no rush to get this ball back in action from the free kick as we approach the halftime break. It'll be Ethan Burns to whip this in from front of the Kingston bench, and he goes long and easily intercepted, this time from Sam Vizzy, and a rather tame attempt from Declan Dockerty. Legrand does well to beat his opponent in the middle of the park and gets the second ball through. He can try and get a strike away. He does so. And it's the first goal of the evening for Kingston City in round 5 Dockerty Cup action at the Grange, despite being a man down. Cooper Cooper Legrand in a number 7 shirt puts up Kingston City 1-0 on the scoreboard. Really against the run of play. St Kilda having a lot of possession. And that's got to be a blow for the away side, full of confidence, playing with a one-man advantage. And in the end, it was a rather simple finish for the leading goal scorer for Kingston City in VPL 1 football. That form transforms across in the Dockerty Cup. And no doubt his coaches will be very happy playing with 10 men for about 35-40 minutes of this first half if you have just joined us. Courtesy of a straight red card, and they will surely go into the halftime break now with a 1-0 advantage over St Kilda Celts of State League 3 South East. And Mark Walsh in the number 7 for the men in stripes gets them going forward again. A last attacking opportunity in this first half. It's a good ball through. And a deft touch at the back there from Sam Vizzy. Intercepts a crucial pass. Let's just see Ben Naseep slowing things down, which will no doubt encourage the halftime whistle of our referee. And there it is. Yanni Milidis blows half-time at the Grange Reserve. It is round 5 of Dockerty Cup action. The pathway to Australia Cup qualification. It is a late goal, courtesy of Cooper Legrand, to put Kingston City up 1-0 over St Kilda Celts at the Grange Reserve on a Tuesday evening in Clayton South. Make sure you join us in about 10-15 minutes for second half action of this clash. Welcome back to second half action here at the Grange Reserve. It is round 5 of Dockerty Cup action. It is the pathway to Australia Cup. 3 wins away from the round of 32, and one of these two sides could potentially be taking on A-League men's opposition. My name is Bryce Ruthven, taking you through this clash, and it is currently 1-0 in favour of the home side, Kingston City, courtesy of a late goal in the 44th minute to Cooper Legrand. It was a tidy little finish, despite being down a man for a good 35-40 minutes of the first half. Kingston City disadvantaged because of a straight red card to George Gerandaris. It was a last-man challenge that brought down the number 15 for St Kilda Celts, Ethan Burns. And with that, St Kilda took the advantage and played with the extra man and looked confident. They looked like they had a few chances to get in behind and just couldn't find the back of the net as our referee in charge of this fixture, Yanni Miletis, gets underway for the second half. And you can guarantee one thing, being cup football, it will be end-to-end for the remaining 45 minutes. We might even have stoppage time too. The one advantage of Dockerty Cup football. No changes at the half-time break for either side, as we see an early chance here for the Celts to get inside the 18-yard box. It's a very chilly evening in Clayton South, in Melbourne South East, here at the Grange Reserve. Bit of a crowd's turned out to see the home side try and return to some form. Their VPL form hasn't been unreal without being poor. They've got a few results on the board. Coming off a poor result last weekend, just gone in North Geelong. St Kilda Celts, on the other hand, in some good form in State League 3 South East action. Currently undefeated, and have already played 4 Dockerty Cup games to get to round 5 as they came in with other State League 3, 4 and 5 clubs. As we see a chance, St Kilda on the edge of the box. No free kick given by Yanni Miletis. It's going to be an interesting tactic to see how much Kingston do try and slow play down here. You can already see early signs of Ben Naseep soaking up precious seconds on the clock, being down to 10 men. And the intercept at the back there from Gary McCrossan, the captain for St Kilda. Had a very strong showing in the first half, did the captain for St Kilda. Also a good first half too from the number 7 on the right wing, Mark Walsh. And so too Jack Lynch, who started the half, or I should say the game on the right wing before succumbing to a hamstring injury and being replaced by number 10, Daniel Pender. Kingston doing well to keep possession through Costa Apostolopoulos in Kingston's last Dockerty Cup game. They were 2-0 victors on that occasion. That was over Mazenod, the State League 1 South East side, and that man, Costa Apostolopoulos, got himself a brace that evening. And it will be a late call from our referee for a Kingston free kick near the halfway line. Just touching on the impressive Dockerty Cup run of the St Kilda Celts in round 1. They did travel away. Actually, as a matter of fact, they've travelled away for every Dockerty Cup fixture so far this year. It was a 4-0 win away at Barton United, a 6-1 away win at Springvale City. Then the good results started falling in their favour and some big scalps along the way in round 3. It was a 1-0 win away from home against Whittlesea United, the team currently sitting in second position on the State League 1 Northwest ladder. And then in round 4 they had a cup set. Well, it was a huge cup set, let's be honest. It was a 4-1 away win against Springvale White Eagles at the Serbian Centre in Springvale. The current State League 1 Southeast ladder leaders that are undefeated in league form. So it was a very impressive scalp for a State League 3 Southeast side. And they're giving themselves a good account against a team 4 leagues above them Of course, Kingston City being in the second tier of Victorian football, VPL 1, St Kilda Celts, now currently sitting in State League 3 Southeast. Viewers that have just joined us might be wondering why I keep saying they're in State League 3 Southeast. They were a State League 1 side pre-COVID, but like a few clubs around Victoria, were diminished by the COVID virus, and all their players returned home to the likes of Ireland and Scotland and the UK, and had to rebuild through State League 5 and promoted themselves. Well, not promoted themselves, they earned promotion, I should say, 2 seasons ago. And then last year in State League 4 did the same thing, went back-to-back on promotions to end up in State League 3 Southeast, where they do lie now. As we see a bit of rain start to trickle down on the Grange Reserve. It's a slight bit of sleet, but it will definitely speed the play up. Lucky for myself and our cameraman, we are indoors in a media box tonight, calling this staying nice and warm. As I said, it's a very chilly night here in Melbourne Southeast, about 9 degrees at the moment as the ball gets whipped in. Dealt with well by St Kilda, trying to find that extra man advantage anywhere they can in their attacking third, and on this time was Jack Foden who was up to the task. And that rain is getting ever so slightly heavier. It will be a set-piece opportunity here for St Kilda. Worth knowing that both sides do have some attacking weapons on the bench, which will no doubt play a part in the remaining 35-plus minutes here. As the ball's whipped in from St Kilda, goes to the back post. Punched out by the goalkeeper. Benasiap marshalling his troops up off the 18-yard box. And despite a heavy touch in the middle from St Kilda, they do well to maintain possession. And it's a beautiful pitch here at the Grange, and no doubt a little bit of water will speed things up here, which will delight the players to play on. As the ball comes in, again searching for the back post, it's punched away by Naseep. Comes out to Ethan Burns in the number 15. Ball driven in. James Dermody playing in the left back role tonight. And it is Daniel Pender who wins his sign a quarter. As you can see on the reflection of the lighting on your screen, the rain definitely coming down a bit heavier now. That will be the ball whipped in from the corner. It's a near post and it hits the outside of the net. Don't be confused, it didn't end up in the back of the net, but another good chance again for the away side. And Ben Naseep happy to get his teammates up and go long as the rain comes down at the Grange. Kingston happy to keep possession, and they go long up the line, searching for an option in Oliver Lazaro. He can't find it, and some good defending there by St Kilda. Gives a chance for the men in red to squeeze their opposition in a defensive third. Good header there from a Cole, forcing the Celts to go long, and brought down well from Kento Mori, but the end product doesn't match the control, unfortunately. As mentioned a little bit earlier, plenty of games happening across Melbourne in Dockerty Cup action this evening. We'll bring you those results as they do come through. Also worth noting too, a round 6 fixture awaits the winner of this clash between the winner of FC Strathmore and the Langwarrin Soccer Club. That fixture also being played at the moment too. Currently sitting at 0-0 on the west side of Melbourne. In other games happening across Melbourne in round 5 Dockerty Cup action, Altona Magic up 3-1 over Northcote City in the 55th minute. Altona City up 1-0 at half-time over Manningham United. The Bentley Greens up 3-0 over Upfield at Kingston Heath in the 56th minute. Another red card in the fixture at Moreland City between themselves and Dandenong Thunder. 52 minutes played. It's a 1-0 lead to Moreland City. And Preston Lions and Sydenham Park in the All-Macedonian derby currently locked at 0-0. Had BT Connor Reserve in the 42nd minute. As Kingston turned the ball over quite cheaply through a goal. They do well again through Oliver Lazaro down the left-hand side and dealt with by the captain, and a very rash challenge. He was attempting to play the ball, but it did collect the Celts captain in number 5, Gary McCrossan. And the Celts will definitely want to get things underway pretty quickly. Try and regain their stamp on the game they did have in the first half. They had their chance at St Kilda to take a 1-0 lead. Couldn't quite convert when the chance came. As a result, they're playing second fiddle at the moment. Happy to keep possession though. And the Celts turn the ball over, and it's a chance here to drive forward for the Kingston City. Just maintaining possession. Waiting for the numbers to get forward. And join Samuel Vizzy. And they go to ground in front of their home bench, and it will be a free kick to Kingston City. And you can see on your screens the rain definitely coming now, sweeping from left to right. There is a slight breeze favouring Kingston in this second half. It's moments like these, watching the YouTube live stream or the Facebook page, that you can appreciate the comfort of your mobile device or laptop. And St Kilda do well to maintain possession and drive out through Gary McCrossan. Goes across to his right back in Kevin O'Neill. They come down through James Dermody on this left-hand wing. Does well to beat his defender. A good turn inside for St Kilda. A child playing in more of an attacking position in the centre of the park. Did start the game at centre-back for Kingston. Has been promoted a bit higher. And the Kingston coaching staff just encouraging their boys to maintain possession, even with a man disadvantage on the park. Still seeing plenty of ball. And happy to afford the space to St Kilda to try and work their way into their own attacking half. And McCrossan again playing it short. Trying to find a good ball into the 18-yard box. It gets whipped across. And it is a goal for St Kilda Celts. We are locked up at 1 apiece in this round 5 fixture of Dockerty Cup action at the Grange. A good ball out of the back from the skipper, Gary McCrossan. Finds the entry to the 18-yard box, and it was a great finish in the end there. I think it was Daniel Pender in his number 10 jersey. Regardless of who it is, it locks up the scores here in Knockout Cup football at 1-1. And no doubt will put a spring in the step of the St Kilda Celts. It's a good time to remind our viewers that if we do remain at 1-1 in the 90th minute, we will see extra time with the potential to end on penalties. Where else would you rather be on a Tuesday evening than watching Cup football, particularly when we're locked up at 1-1? It's a David versus Goliath battle of some sorts. VPL 1 side taking on a State League 3 Southeast side. A one-man advantage to the lower league side. The majority of this fixture, courtesy of a 10th minute red card to George Gerandaris for Kingston City for a last-man challenge. And you can definitely see the spring in a step now of St Kilda looking a lot more lively than they have for the last 15 minutes. And they look to force the ball long. It probably won't come that way if they're searching for a second goal. I did see a lot of direct football from the St Kilda side early in the first half. And they go to ground rather easily. It was Nathan Martin, but he does so right in front of the eyes of our referee. And he awards a free kick in a dangerous position for St Kilda. And we can see the committee meeting of some sorts on the park over the dead ball. We've got Ethan Byrne standing over it. Also Sean Smith standing there too. Daniel Pender hovering around as well. And this is a good a chance as they'll get to add some more damage to the scoreboard and put themselves ahead in this cup tie. It'll be Nathan Martin, a strike. It hits the wall. Ball comes back in, no, it's still in play. And it remains in possession of St Kilda. They'll get a chance to put the ball back into the box. Comes off the chest of Pender. And Legrand, the goal scorer for Kingston City late in the first half, tries to get involved with Oliver Lazaro, but they can't maintain possession on this occasion. And St Kilda looking to find the simple option to enter their attacking half, and it won't happen that way. There's a chance here on the right for Kingston. It's an early ball across from Costa Apostolopoulos and cleared off the line by Shane Fagan on the edge of his 18-yard box and turned over cheaply by Ethan Burns. Comes back to Jack Foden for Kingston City. The right back happy to go backwards. And they go all the way back to their keeper in Ben Nessep. And the rain's just starting to ease up a little bit here at the Grange Reserve. Still a little bit of sleet hanging around, but there's no doubt sped up the pitch, which really makes it sort of ideal to play on. It's in great condition, this surface here at the Grange, as always, and a bit of light rain really does speed the ball up here on this surface. And some patience being shown now from St Kilda. And the offside flag will go up for the away side, who aren't estranged from playing away from their home pitch at Elwood Park. They have played all but one fixture of 2024 football away from home so far. So no doubt the Celts are familiar with playing away from their home park in Elwood. And Simo Jovanovic happy to keep possession for Kingston. Forced to go long, and they look for Kento Mori. And the Celts looking to enter their attacking half. They can't do on this occasion. And the 10-man Kingston will try and enter the box. It's blocked at the back by James Dermody. And one of the St Kilda players does go to ground on the back of that challenge and does remain on the turf. It's a much-earned breather for the away side, even though they do have the one-man advantage. They have done a lot of defending. They've really had to pick and choose their times to go forward and do some damage in their attacking half, and maybe a bit of gamesmanship just to slow it down and break up the rhythm of Kingston as play does resume. James Dermody comes back to Kevin O'Neill. And Kingston happy to go all the way back through Yanni Danigelis. And a strong challenge there from Gary McCrossan, the St Kilda captain. Ethan Burns forced to go all the way back to his centre back. Does end up with possession in the end, though, with a bit of space to move forward if he wants. And not only do St Kilda have a tough remaining 30 minutes of this fixture, but they've got a big game coming up on Friday night too in State League 3 action in the southeast against Heatherton United at 2nd versus 3rd. So it's a quick 3-day turnaround for St Kilda Celts. On the other hand, Kingston City, they've also got a very tough clash in their hands against Melbourne Victory in VPL1 action here on Monday evening, with a longer turnaround to recover. Melbourne Victory's youth team currently undefeated on top of the ladder in VPL1 for promotion into the top flight of NPL football in Victoria. As we see some physical play from St Kilda. If you have just joined us, it was a case of two different styles of football in the first half between these sides. The more technical, tactical battle from Kingston City and the more physical approach and Route 1 football from St Kilda Celts. As a good ball is played through for Ethan Burns, he'll try and get a strike away, and it's blocked off by the captain, Simo Jovanovic, for Kingston City. Another warning bell there for Kingston. As we see a chance here for St Kilda really to use this open side if they want to, and they decide to opt against that. They've still got space on this left-hand side with James Dermody open. And the wrong option becomes the right option with Ethan Burns being able to enter the box. He cuts it back, and it will be a corner. It wasn't the best ball out of the back, I must say, from Kevin O'Neill, but the wet conditions and a slick pitch found its way through. As we see another substitution, it will be two of them happening at the one time. It'll be Eamon Hanna, the leading goal scorer for the St Kilda Celts, coming on to replace... I missed the number, unfortunately. So Eamon Hanna does come on to get himself involved in this. And we'll also see the introduction of Craig Kennedy in the number 13, replacing Ryan Nolan in the number 9 jersey. So that's 3 substitutions made for the Celts as we see the header go sailing over the crossbar. 3 substitutions in 2 windows, so they have 1 more substitution block remaining. And Kean Kelleher and Connor Curran on the bench. Connor Curran and Kean Kelleher featuring in a lot of league football so far, so we might see them introduced at some point in the latter stages of this game, potentially into extra time as well. As we see Craig Kennedy, the substitute, get on the ball. He does well to get past Jack Foden. He enters the box. Rides the challenge of the Jovanovic, the captain. Goes to ground rather easily though, but it will be a corner for the St Kilda Celts in the 72nd minute. As the sleety rain hangs around ever so slightly as the corner's whipped into the near post. Not dealt with. Still in play here for St Kilda. It's a first time strike from the substitute. It's a poor shot, but a great attempt through on the ball, and the follow-up is completely shanked to the right-hand side of the goal. A golden opportunity for the Celts to go 2-1 up in this knockout cup fixture. It's a very similar feel to the first half. This does at the moment. St Kilda having their fair share of play and fair share of attempts on goals. The only change that they would hope for is an extra goal in the back of that white net. As McCrossan plays it out to Nathan Martin. Forced to go back to Shane Fagan in goals. Plays it quick to Kevin O'Neill. He drives long trying to find a space. Can only find Jack Foden in a Kingston top. And a good ball through from McCole. Finds Danagelis with a good ball across. Intercepted by the captain. A crucial intercept. And a chance to break forward with the substitute. Craig Kennedy on this left-hand wing. Gets a bit stuck with the ball at his feet, does Kennedy. And it gives Cooper Legrand a chance to drive forward. The goal scorer for Kingston looking to add a second to his name. Does receive the ball again, whips the cross, looking for Danagelis, and it will result in a corner for Kingston City. Some good signs here from the home side. Coming off the back of football on Saturday for both sides. They're not going to want to go into extra time in some big games coming up this week for both teams too. That'll be the last thing on their mind. So we see Kento Mori preparing to put this corner in. It's driven in to the back post. Looking for a Cole, can't find it. But does come back out to Danagelis. A Cole looking to enter the box, and he does so. Some good footwork. Shouts for a penalty, waved away by our referee. The Kingston bench not too happy from my vantage point. A good call from our referee. And the penalty shout's waved away. A good decision there by our referee in charge of this one. Yanni Milidis holding his nerve. He's positioned perfectly, our referee. And the ball's whipped in from Murray. Comes to the penalty spot, punched out by Fagan. Not dealt with completely, and a ball whipped in. St Kilda players down on the ground. And Shane Fagan collects the ball, and it's a chance to have a quick check of the injured St Kilda player. Just checking in on some other results as play resumes across Melbourne in round 5 cup action. And we'll stay with play because we've got some open space here for St Kilda. They can drive forward into the box. Gets the ball across to the edge. Skips past Ethan Burns, and a chance to break forward through a goal for Kingston City. A good intercept on the right-hand side. And a good sliding challenge timed perfectly from Nathan Martin. If they can switch the ball, St Kilda on this left-hand side, they've got some open play, but instead it's turned over. Now might be the chance to use this left wing, as they've got a lot of space to go forward. Instead they opt to go backwards to the safety of their goalkeeper. And McCrossan drives forward again. Finds Nathan Martin. Plays the ball through again, looking for the follow-up for Pender. As you see, a bit more rain coming down here on the Grange Reserve, and 2 more substitutions as well for Kingston City. It will be number 17, Kento Mori, getting an early mark this evening, being replaced by number 20, Mohammed Rahimi. And also number 11, Oliver Lazaro. He's going to get an early mark too, with Paul Quoll coming on to the pitch, I should say. So Mohammed Rahimi will slot into a defensive central midfield role, and Paul Quoll into an attacking option. You'd expect in a wing position as well. So 2 simple transitions and 2 players that can definitely add something on the park. Both plays definitely amongst the goals this season in VPL action. Paul Quoll with 6 goals next to his name in league games, and Mohammed Rahimi with 3 next to his name too in VPL 1. And Quoll looking to get involved nice and early. Can't control the ball on this occasion as Jack Foden takes the armband. And a good chance against the box here with the substitute, Craig Kennedy, getting a strike away, and it curls away from the goalpost. And my apologies, it was Simo Jovanovic, the centre-back, getting an early mark. Explains why the captain's armband has been taken by Jack Foden. We're looking at just over 10 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Still enough time for one of these sides to find a decisive goal to put them through to round 6 of the Dockerty Cup. Don't forget to, if you are streaming through our Facebook Live stream, you can get involved in the comments on your thoughts of this fixture and what you've seen so far in this game. Looking at the comments coming through at the moment, a lot of support for St Kilda Celts. And a strong challenge in the attacking third for St Kilda, waved away by Yanni Miletis. Jack Foden plays forward, and it's intercepted by Ethan Burns. But Craig Kennedy for St Kilda can't keep that under control on this occasion. And a free kick here in a good position for Kingston. And they're definitely in a hurry to get things underway. Cole wrestling the ball out of St Kilda's arms, and it will be a yellow card. Looks like for Declan Doherty. And it is his second yellow card. Yes, I am correct. That is a red card for Declan Doherty. We are now locked at 10 men apiece for both sides for the remaining minutes of this game. And he's got a few choice words to the referee on the way out. And that does mean that he will miss Friday night's fixture in State League 3 against Heatherton United. Red cards do transition over to league football, so they're going to have to regroup here, St Kilda. If you have just joined us recently on the live stream, St Kilda have had the one-man advantage since about the 10th minute. George Gerandaris sent off for a last-man challenge. It was a straight red card in a very similar position to where this ball is placed. And now we've seen Declan Doherty receive his second yellow card of the fixture. And a red card. And it's Rahimi. And Shane Fagan in no rush to get things back underway here. It's an interesting approach here now. How does St Kilda go forward over this last 10 minutes? Do they hold out for extra time and try and get through to pens, or do they really go for the jugular and find that decisive goal? Kingston City getting an opportunity here to enter the box. And unfortunately, they can't find the original goal scorer of the first goal for Kingston, Kubler Grand. He was free at the back post, but a chance here for St Kilda to rush the ball forward. They do so through Foden. He gets ahead on it. A strong challenge there from the right back of St Kilda, Kevin O'Neill. Kento Mori, the recipient of that challenge. And Kingston looking to get things underway again. Just keeping the ball, trying to open up the St Kilda defence. It has proven over the opening 83 minutes of this game that they can be opened up quite easily. And there's a mistake again at the back from Kevin O'Neill. Apologies, it was Dermody. And it will be a goal kick. And if St Kilda wanted to try and speed things up here, they're being left a lot of room to work with on this left-hand wing. That's where they go, the execution poor on this occasion. But you can see the players in the striped shirts really trying to encourage their goalkeeper, Shane Fagan, to get things moving pretty quickly. And they come left. Ethan Burns again, forcing the ball to go back. Coming out to find Craig Kennedy, who has the pass intercepted. Jack Fogan enters the 18-yard box, whips the ball across. A dive there from Shane Fagan. I'm not convinced. Well, he must have got a touch. I wasn't convinced he did, but our referee's a lot closer than I am at the moment. And the ball whipped across the goal, and Shane Fagan happy to collect this one. And he's only got a one-on-two battle at the back for Kingston City to deal with. The left-hand side, though, that's a one-on-one battle, and this is where he's going to go. Puts the ball in the vicinity, and it comes off the head of Jack Fagan, so it will be a St Kilda throw-in their attacking half. It must be said the Celts definitely starting to look a lot more fatigued than their higher leagued opposition in Kingston City. It's Dermody going up the wing. And some strong play here from St Kilda, holding off two men. Chance to get the ball across. It's intercepted. And just a rush throw, the challenge. It's kept in well, though, by Ben Nassib, because it would have been a corner. And it's Costa Apostolopoulos to play out to find Paul Quoll. And he uses this right-hand wing to his advantage. Gets around Ethan Burns. Enters the box. Tries to keep possession. And tries to use his body again to win it back. And St Kilda do well to play out of danger. And a very strong challenge coming across from Eamon Hanna, their leading goal scorer for the season. The Celts definitely not afraid to throw their weight around in the challenges. The physicality isn't an issue for the men in stripes tonight. As we see the captain in Gary McCrossan happy just to clear the ball out of danger. And the ball goes long, looking for Hanna. McCrossan working in with his winger. And Kingston trying to up the ante in the physicality stakes themselves. And Paul Quoll turns the ball over in the centre of the park. And a strong challenge there on Ethan Burns. As we approach the 90th minute, remains to be seen how much stoppage time we'll have here before the potential of an extra 30 minutes. Not great if you have to be up early on a Wednesday morning for work, but it's all good. Got some entertaining football on our hands to keep us entertained and keen for another 30 minutes of action. And the Celts just being patient, trying to find their time to go, and this could be it. The ball comes across. Not enough on it, and it's cleared by Rahimi. Only finds the feet of Ethan Burns. And the State League 3 side not afraid to play against their highly fancied opponents from the VPL 1. And Kingston City look to drive forward, and some good defensive work at the back there. Much to the applause of the Celts fans in attendance. And it will be the final substitution for St Kilda coming off. It'll be Mark Walsh, number 7. He's had a good shift. And replacing him, number 11, Connor Curry. And Curran will take his place on the right wing. So St Kilda have shown all their cards for the 90 minutes anyway. It's a chance to go forward through the original substitute in Craig Kennedy. Plays in Dermody, puts the ball across, and it's only going to find the mitts of Ben Nassib. And it looks as though Kingston happy to pick their moments to go forward. They don't want to rush it in. and resort to Route 1 football. As Rahimi just settles things down. And just with the sides evened up at 10 men apiece, you can definitely see the space starting to open for Kingston as a good ball comes through for Maury. He goes to ground, and it is a penalty for Kingston City very late on in the 90th minute. A crucial mistake at the back from the St Kilda Celts, bringing down Kento Maury. And it will be the chance for Kingston City to go up 2-1 as we enter stoppage time. And we can see a bit of a push and shove beginning here on the penalty spot. The St Kilda players, as I said, happy to get physical, and it's really starting to kick off. We've got players running from everywhere now into the penalty spot. No real need for it. The decision has already been made from the referee. The St Kilda players aren't going to change their mind, and they're better off letting the penalty be taken. And another scuffle breaks out again. And it looks as though Eamon Hanna is trying to instigate things off the ball again. And essentially the Celts are only wasting their own time here. It will be added on at stoppage time, but I think they're forgetting that there's no guarantee that the goal or the penalty will result in the goal. So looks like we're going to see some cards issued here as both assistant referees have been invited in for discussion with our referee. Yanni Milety's handling this quite well. No doubt we'll see a couple of cards issued here. So he's going to his notebook already, so he's already got his targets in mind. And it's a yellow card issued to a St Kilda player. And also a second one. The second one has been issued to Ethan Burns. And a yellow card as well to Costa Apostolopoulos too. So it looks like it's going to be Paul Kowal stepping up to take the penalty. Definitely in stoppage time now, courtesy of the scuffle. We're into the 4th minute of stoppage time. Could be a crucial blow to the State League 3 Southeast side, but was definitely a penalty awarded in the correct decision. And it will be Paul Kowal to step up. From the penalty spot, Shane Fagan in front of him, the St Kilda goalkeeper. All we await is a referee's whistle, and Paul Kowal steps up. And it's a great save, but the follow-up goes in, and Kingston City go up 2-1, a great save from Shane Fagan down to his right, but 2-1 to Kingston City. Paul Kowal following up his original shot, and that is Kingston City up 2-1 over St Kilda Celts in round 5 of Dockerty Cup action, deep in the stoppage time. As the music kicks off at the Grange Reserve, the Kingston City bench goes up, and a deflated St Kilda Celts hit the turf in what might have been in Dockerty Cup for them. They've had a good run to date, knocking off some top sides in Victorian football. And again, more words being spoken to by Paul Kowal and the St Kilda players. And again, it kicks off, a Cole getting involved. And they've got to be careful because any red card, as I said earlier, we've had 2 already in this fixture. Hasn't been dirty or spiteful by any means, but red cards do transfer into the league. Both teams copping a red card in this game. It's going to be very interesting to see how much stoppage time is added on to this game. We're already deep into it. It's all in the hands of Yanni Miletis. And the Celts, they try and push forward again down the right wing. And a good sliding challenge there from Sam Vizzy. And that is full time in round 5 Dockerty Cup action. The pathway to the round of 32 Australia Cup does continue for Kingston City. The run of State League 3 Southeast Sides and Kilda Celts does come to a crashing halt deep in stoppage time, courtesy of a penalty converted by Paul Kowal after a great save from Shane Fagan. But it will be Kingston City moving on to round 6 to face the winner of FC Strathmore and Lang Warren Soccer Club. That fixture still being played as we speak, with about another 30 minutes remaining in that game. But thank you very much for joining us tonight on the Football Victoria YouTube channel and the Facebook page. It has been Bryce Ruthven taking you through all the action here from the Grange Reserve. The final result, Kingston City 2, St Kilda Celts 1. Kingston City moving through to round 6 of Dockerty Cup action.